right, guys, welcome to another episode of Mondshow Publishers, where we live that passive income life one idea at a time. If this is your first time to my channel, thank you for joining. If you're a subscriber, thank you for coming back. So, if you've been looking at any of my videos, you know that for 2021, I have a 500K challenge. And that basically means I want to bring in $500,000 overall that goes into my bank account this year. And this is basically a challenge where I want to double what I brought in last year. If you go look at my previous video, it'll show you that I brought in 264,000 last year. And so for my challenge this year, I said, okay, well, let's see if I can double that. And so each month, I basically create a slide showing you what I have brought in via my 7 income streams. If you look at other videos, they'll talk about 8 income streams, 12 income streams. You know, there's a lot of different ways people look at it. But on this slide, which is showing January, it shows you how I break up the different types of income. So you have active, you have passive, and you have portfolio. Active is basically a 9-to-5 type job, anything that you have to basically get paid for the work that you're putting in. So there's some physical labor or there's some type of labor that's going on and you're getting paid for that. You're trading time for money. Passive income, it basically comes even while you're asleep. So you might have to do a little bit of work up front, but then after that, it comes to you continuously and you don't have to do anything else. Sometimes they might be a little maintenance or something like that, but it's very little work that you have to do and that income keeps coming. Portfolio income, that income is interest income, capital gains, you got stocks, you got bonds, mutual funds, ETFs, whatever it is, that's all in your portfolio. And you know, in your portfolio, you can get dividends off of stocks that you may have. Capital gains is you buy a stock at one price, it goes up, you got capital gains on that. Of course, you got to pay taxes. If it's short term and even if it's long term, depending on what tax bracket you're in, you're still going to have to pay taxes. Also, it's just lower. So what you're looking at, we'll just give a recap. This was January. For the month of January, I brought in $70,168.28. And you can see how it's broken up in my active income, my passive income, and my portfolio income. So pretty good month in January. And then I did a halfway point for February. And one of the things you're going to see is from the halfway point until the full month of January, which actually completes today, I actually lost some money. Overall, I made money, but it dropped some. And that just lets you know how a portfolio does, because you can have stocks that go up like GameStop, you know, AMC, any of these different types of things. And then you can have stocks or mutual funds that go down. Either way, things happen during to that portfolio during that month or that time span that you're looking at. So at the halfway point, I was at $105,000, 282 and 38 cents. So $105,282.38 is what I had when I hit February 15th. How did I finish? Let's take a look. So once February completed, I was lower than that 105,000. I actually finished the month of February with $91,646.23. And basically what happened is the portfolio went down. Just like I said, you can have stocks that go up, you can have stocks that go down. And for some of them, I think when I start hitting highs on some stocks, if I am already at the long-term point, I'm going to start selling some of them. And that's actually what I did last week. I sold some Bank of America stock, and I sold about 600 shares of Bank of America stock. They had hit $36. I was in on an average price of $18. It ranged because I bought stock at different times. I bought stock at its lowest point when it was at $7 years ago. And then I bought stock probably about 5 to 10 years ago, I bought more stock. So it averages out where I paid $18 and it got up to like 36, which is a good return. So I sold about 600 shares. I had a lot of Bank of America stock. And then for the active income, it went up even more. So it was 21,000 on at the halfway point. My passive income still nowhere near where I want it to be. It did go up a little bit, but that is very low, even for me. I brought in $5,000 last year with my KDP. And right now, I'm selling about 50 to 100 books a month, but I need that to increase. So what am I going to do for March? January was a good month. February was a good month. I am well ahead of my goal of hitting $500,000 by the end of the year. I just need to be consistent. You know, as you already saw, there are things that can happen in your portfolio. It can go up, it can go down, all types of things. So what can I do to try to have some more consistent money coming in? My thing is going to be I'm going to tackle my KDP for the month of March, April, and May. I'm going to hit it really hard, trying to put in at least 5 to 10 books each month, which that's going to be hard because I don't do simple books. I'm not just doing journals anymore. I put a little bit more thought into them. I do coloring books. Those have been doing really well for me. Actually, for this month alone, I've sold 80 copies of one of my particular books. And so I want to get more involved in those types of books because I know they're selling. So that's my goal for the month of March. Tackle KDP a little bit harder. I have different tools that I have invested in to try and bulk up, some of those sales. I think I mentioned on one of the previous videos, I've started using Creative Fabrica, which I can get free insides, for the books that I'm creating, whether it's cartoons, whether it's journals. There's a lot of different tools that you can purchase out there. So I've purchased 1 or 2 different tools this month, and I'm going to start using those a lot more in March just to see what happens. So this was just a quick video. I just wanted to show you where I was at. How are you doing on your challenge? I know everyone has put some type of challenge, whether it's to get out of debt, whether it's to raise $10,000 for the year, $20,000, whatever it is. How are you doing on your goal, and what are you doing to tackle that goal? If you have not put anything else in place, so let's say that you're working the same job that you were working. If you haven't gotten a raise, if you haven't asked for a raise, if you're not doing any side hustles, if you haven't budgeted, whatever that goal that you set for yourself, if it's to bring in more money, it's not going to happen. If you haven't made any type of adjustments, you're going to fall short at the end of the year for that goal. And I'm not saying that you have to do a lot. There's simple things you can do. You can budget better. You can, cut out certain things that you may like to have, like Netflix or cable or whatever it is. You have to make a change if you want to get a positive outcome. So let me know how you're doing on your challenge for this year. If there's anything that I can do to help you, just let me know. But we'll look for you on the next video. Keep pushing. Try to do everything that you can to accomplish your goals. Thank you for joining Monsheel Publishers. We'll see you on the next video. Yeah, yeah.